Back here at GSL Code S. We're going to go to our second best of 3. It's another ZVP. Shine against SOS.
Should be a really good one. As they were saying, Shine has beaten SOS in the past. But I think it's a pretty good match overall. They're both kind of highly unpredictable. Both can get very aggressive. SOS, I think no one would doubt, is a better player overall, so is favored. But Shine is a guy that can cause ridiculous upsets.
I'd say he causes more upsets than pretty much any player.
Every time I watch him play, I get upset.
Otosis. Okay, so here is Shine. Now this guy is as good at cheesing as he is at playing a very solid game, which is important to keep in mind because even though he probably cheeses more than he does play standard macro games, he'll win with a standard game just fine, which is annoying for his opponent because a lot of times people that play against Shine over-defend, I guess you could say. They get a little bit too safe for rushes, and it turns out Shine didn't do anything at all. So watch for something like that here as well. Indeed. I would say, though, out of a best of 3, we should expect to see Shine cheese or do some kind of crazy all-in at least once.
Yeah, I have to agree with you there. You know, it's something that I've been saying for years, longer than StarCraft II's been out. The cheesiest thing a cheeser can do is play normally. That is the cheesiest thing. When you have someone that is known so much for cheesing, I wouldn't be surprised if he cheeses 2 or 3 games here. Yeah, that would not be out of his character.
What if he just does something crazy, like just drone up so heavily?
Yeah, and then you're defending a little bit more carefully, and then he's way ahead.
Cannons. You got you know, the defensive setup, but nothing comes at you. Can totally happen.
Well, we'll see what he chooses to do. You know, I think it's a pretty hard group for him to get out of, though.
Here is SOS. This guy is loaded. Oh, look out. Don't shake his hands after this, man. He's got a little sneeze there.
Indeed.
SOS has made so much money in StarCraft II.
He's made over 200 grand in the last year.
Which is crazy because it's off less tournaments than most pro gamers.
Yeah. Well, he won both $100,000 tournaments in StarCraft II that we've had since.
So crazy.
You know, we haven't had one since 2011, and in the last year we've had 2, and he won both. So it's, I mean, that's kind of wild, right? And he did it in spectacular fashion.
It was IEM that he did that with the.
He's just putting gates in his opponent's base and stuff in the finals. He's like, oh, it's for 100 grand? I better use my #1 strat.
I guess I just retired younger.
Anyways, this is going to be a really good one too, man. I'm excited.
Another ZVP here. 2 very unique play styles for both of these players. It's going to be in the map Nimbus.
Oh, all right. Type of cloud at times, a map at other times.
Isn't there something in the new Hearthstone pack? Isn't there a Nimbus something?
I don't think so.
What's that spider that's 1/4 that oh no, that guy's got a weird comma. Not a comma. What is the 1/4 spider with his battle cries costume? Or what's his name? Is that not Nimbus something?
No.
No, it's not. All right, well, scratch that. Let's start the cast over, guys. That's a wrap. Game best 3 number 2 here between Shine and SOS has begun. Down here in the bottom right, we have our Zerg player.
Samsung Galaxy can shine.
And here in the upper right, we have our Protoss player.
GSL Green Wings SOS.
All right. Here we are, Tasteless, waiting to see what these guys want to go for. You know, this Nimbus is like a really different map from the normal maps that we see. Oh, look at
another
this.
quick pull.
Yeah, pull into gas here.
Excuse me.
And that's actually a very quick pull into gas.
But SOS is going to spot it right away.
Yeah.
The probe is headed to the bottom right. So he sees it now.
Yeah, this is, it looks like it's just a 10 pull into 2 drones, not an uncommon build. And he's going to counter it perfectly. Like, he will be completely safe by making that forge. But, you know, having to make the forge and then pretty quickly thereafter a cannon, especially if you make it before your Nexus,
probably
slows you down almost as much as the pool slows him down. Not quite, but
came
still.
for the BBQ, stayed for the SOS.
The sauce?
Sauce, what's that? Okay, so we have the Lings about to hatch out now. This is not the build Protoss probably practices much for this. Although now that we're seeing the second Zerg here do a quick pull today, maybe the meta has shifted a little bit.
Well, I think that's exactly it, really. Everyone's doing Nexus into Gateway, so quicker pulls are actually going to be pretty effective, as we've seen already. And we see here as well, in fact. Now, Shine, because he got scouted, just made 2 Lings to chase the probe out, because he's like, oh, you're going to be defended. Of course I can't do damage. Why would I make more than this? But SOS can't know for sure that Shine will play like that, so he still made the cannon before the Nexus, which means the hatchery is quicker here for Shine.
Pretty cool play here by Shine. Let's see what the next few steps are from this, because we still don't have a very specific tech route from Shine. We just know that he's so far done a pretty good opener. Now, luckily for SOS, SOS did scout in that starting location right away to see it.
Yeah, that's true.
Which gave him perfect opportunities to response here.
If he scouted in the other direction, we probably would have seen Shine make a bunch of Zerglings, kind of like we just saw from Effort in that last game on Deadwing.
And we do have a drone park down here at the soon-to-be third base. Meanwhile, the hatchery at the second is about to finish up. The Nexus is also almost done. Gateway 2, so we're going to have the Cybernetics score coming up here. Do you think that we're going to have SOS go for a... Ooh, nice play there by SOS.
It's got to slow that down a little bit. What were you asking about the...
I was going to ask you if you thought we would have any Stargate play here, or if we're going to have some kind of just ground aggression.
I think Stargate, to be honest. I really wouldn't mind seeing him go Oracle. I think Oracle's like pretty nice here. You know, those mineral patches right on the outside of the base, so you can zoom in real quick and kill drones pretty easily. But I don't know. We'll see what SOS wants to go for. This guy has a wide range of builds that he can use.
He can block here again if he wants. Okay, now he probably can't. All right, he's going to go for it anyways. Now that's annoying because the Cybernetics score, guys, that's a lot of shields and HP on that. Which really slows down that third base. And the Zerg needs to get a third base up. You can't go 2 base versus 2 base trying to get a third for a while like this. It'd be a different story if, let's say, it was 2 base versus 2 base and Zerg was going to do an all-in momentarily here, but he's not. He's been droning up. The Cybernetics score, it's going to take a long time for him to kill this off. And in fact, he might come down here and try to make something again. Nope. He backs up and goes north.
Yeah, it's the point of diminishing returns for building things down here at this point with this many Lings and Queens. So finally, he does get rid of it and starts at third base, but it definitely is, you know, really slow compared to what he wanted here.
Okay, the Overlord has been driven out. Zerg has no idea really what the tech is going to be. In fact, we don't even see just yet. We see +1 attack is coming. Is he just going to get more gateways here?
He could. It looks to me like a third base build. But he just added a couple more gates, so. Definitely could be a pressure build.
He could still get 2 more gates and then take a third, though, as well. That's not unreasonable.
That's very true. If you're trying to take a third base off 1 gate and just randomly Shine decides to make a bunch of units, which that's something Shine's known for, is randomly making a bunch of units at random times, or at least seemingly random times, he might be able to shut you down. And if you shut down that third Nexus like 1 time, that's a pretty big advantage.
Let's see how many roaches he gets when the Warren finishes up. We have the Twilight Council now, and no signs here that he's going to be attacking. There's the third Nexus. So he's doing a very middle-of-the-road PvZ build here. It's very safe, you know. It's safe from cheese. He's going to be able to expand. It should be pretty safely here.
Yeah.
He does scout with the fake Phoenixes here, and he sees there's no real threat of Zerg attacking right away. We also see the Roaches are being upgraded pretty heavily, but at the same time with SOS having Blink, he should be in okay shape, at least for the defensive part of this game.
It's a good choice by SOS. You know, the game started out a bit wonky, so it looks like he... You know, a lot of people like to do exactly this build with an Oracle mixed in, but he's chosen to just go ahead and go straight into the Blink, which is completely fine. It's going to allow him to get maybe some serious pressure on quicker, although he hasn't been able to bother Shine in any way except for that little harassment with the probe building the buildings.
We have seen a lot of these 7-gate Blink Sentry builds. It's become very popular. It's not like the hardest thing in the world to get to.
Yeah.
But if you can control really well, it's amazing how much damage you can actually do. And it seems to me like he should have a pretty clear path going down here to, at the most, try to kill the Zerg.
Yeah.
At the minimum, keep the Zerg from getting a 4th base. I mean, this seems to be the route he's going. He's going to get the Robo facility. This is all pointing towards a 3-base timing.
Yeah, and look at this, 10 sentries right now. It's definitely what you were describing, Tasteless. This is going to be a very strong attack that he's going to pull out. But you know what? We have Shine with some really great creep spread, which is not something I normally say about Shine. But if you look at it, this is nice. He's got his creep way out there. He's getting it onto that high ground in the middle, where a lot of fighting will take place.
There's also not a oh, hold on.
Ooh.
Whoa, that went really poorly for Shine. Whoop.
Yeah, I feel like actually he should have just tried to kill that sentry instead of trying to run.
Well, that was 4 roaches that did. I don't believe they even killed a sentry there.
No.
Well, one thing to note is that it's not like SOS can maneuver around the creep spread at this point in time. I mean, that's reaching right out towards the north part of the map in SOS's territory. But, you know, with the SOS's build so far, it looks pretty clean. He didn't even use too many force fields to kill off those 4 roaches, which sometimes we see Protosses freak out and get like, you know, 5 or 7 or something force fields. So,
well, you can't shake SOS.
No, SOS is almost like some kind of supercomputer, the way he reacts to stuff. He seems to be somebody who's
pretty calculated. He's like a sociopath Protoss.
Well, let's see how this attack does. Now, this area over here on the far right, it's pretty narrow. It's a pretty narrow valley, so he can probably. Whoa, well, he needs a force field. Yeah,
that was actually
lost way too much there.
He really did. Now, luckily, he does have that observer, so this burrow not going to be nearly as effective.
Oh, ouch. And the force field's only just starting to dry up here, but not before the rest of those roaches are hurt. Now, will he follow up with the second attack down here?
Yeah, I think he's going to continue this, to be honest. He is still making probes, though, so this isn't like an all-in. He's actually getting a strong economy behind.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah, this is actually
I feel like SOS not quite watched his army there.
Yeah.
Should have been right-click to move up the ramp, not attack move, because a lot of that army got hit. I don't dislike the recall there.
Yeah, I think he had to. You can't lose those sentries, and if he had tried to walk up the ramp or even force fielded them away, they had just gotten the bro movement upgrade he could see.
Now,
So.
you know, Artosis, what I like about the build that SOS has done here is that he has forced a lot of roaches, and Shine's committed to roaches, but there are immortals coming out here.
Yeah, that's true. That's really going to help him out, but the thing is, even against immortals or void rays or anything anti-roach, Shine oftentimes just makes a bunch of roaches anyways. This is kind of his style.
He overwhelms them.
He really likes this unit called the Roach.
Called the Roach.
Yeah.
You might have heard of it. The roaches now come down here, and this is really where he's going to utilize Burrow as much as possible so that Protoss is preoccupied with defending at home. This is a lot of roaches.
It is.
You know, he's going to come up here now. He's going to target down this Immortal, and that goes very well. He can't actually fit the sentries back through this. This actually might cost SOS the game. This is so many sentries killed. I believe that was all the sentries that SOS had. Yeah, it is.
Wow, that's really painful when your opponent is going for this kind of layer tech heavy army. You need sentries against it. That's how you get cost efficient as Protoss, and that's how you hold on with way less supply, which is exactly what he has.
In spaces like this, the roaches are just better.
Yeah.
Unless you can make artificial walls with the sentries. Look, they're just going to come in here. They just do so much damage. More roaches are spilling up here. In fact, is he going to lose that mothership core?
He got it out of there, but that was closer than it should have been.
Yep, 11 more roaches coming up here. He burrows to regen. Meanwhile, the Warp Prism moves out here, so he could try to warp in some Zealots. That might get there a bit too late, though. Notice the 4th base is not even being used to mine. It's just being used as a production point.
Well, the Roaches trying to force their way up the ramp, just killing off as many Stalkers as possible. These are like pretty good trades that we're actually seeing for Shine. Oh my god, he gets a mothership core that had 100 energy left on it.
That's huge.
That's bad that he let that happen.
Keep this in mind, too. He could just keep remaking Roaches. He's almost maxed out. Wait for the Nexus Cannon to for that extensive time to end, and then hit him again.
Yeah. Well, we have some DTs out on the map, so this is definitely a way that he could fight right back into it if there's not enough detection. And look at that, no detection there, no detection here. This could be very effective harassment that could definitely get him right back in it.
Note he's not targeting any drones just yet, mostly the Queens.
Yeah, and when you kind of just let them loose, they always go after those Queens.
Yeah, it's always better to shift click on the drones.
I would agree with you on that. I would definitely like going after the drones.
Okay, so he's doing this now.
Oh, wow.
This is actually a ton of damage.
Yeah. He is killing a lot of drones off here, Tasteless, and he's killed 2 cleans as well, which is actually, that's pretty significant.
Wow, this definitely halted the Protos's, excuse me, the Zerg's progress. But the question is what's the next step here for the Protoss? Can he actually move out? Because the Zerg army is still pretty terrified. I think we just saw about a dozen roaches hatch there. There's 5 more coming. Upgrades are continuing to be cranked out here. I believe the Protoss has, what, like 3 Immortals and a 4th one about to pop out. So that's a good number of Immortals.
It is. As that 4th comes out, they're going to like kill roaches really, really quickly. And he does have Blink as well, but no force fields. So, you know, if Shine can somehow pull out of his hat a bunch of Lings or Hydras or anything like that, the engagement won't be quite as bad for him.
Hitting these roaches now. The harass is really stopped here for Shine. But Shine does still have the bigger army. He's maxed out. He's banked up a lot of minerals and gas. And here comes that big attack now. Really good time warp there. Although a good burrow and an escape there from Shine as he's going to try to regroup here.
That's right. Still trying to get things done with these roaches. Now, big warp in here, but there are a couple spines as well as a Spore. Spore not really going to do a whole lot, but... oh, those Zealots getting bottlenecked.
Oh, my God. That could have done... Okay, he's fixed it now. He might want to do another warp-in round right there. It doesn't seem like the Zerg's quite equipped to deal with this. Oh, that's so annoying. The creep has actually gone over the, the expansion location. You know, this is one problem when Zerg is really stuck going roaches, guys. The Warp Prism can't be contested. Yeah, you basically have any location on the map that's yours can be harassed and hit.
Well, right now these roaches going up, maybe going to go for a counterattack. He does know where this army is, so it looks like he just wants to drop back. He realizes against 5 Immortals and that many Blinkstalkers, this roach army is not so good.
This is huge. And down goes that pylon. He's spilled now into the base, and this is so much damage.
It is, but a lot of DTs just got warped in there, and there's no detection with the roaches, so the DTs will help clean this up way quicker than it would have been cleaned up otherwise. In the meantime, we do have DT and Zealot harassment over at Shine's base.
And he's still in here doing so much damage. The problem is a small number of SOS's units are doing a lot of damage, whereas the majority of the army here for Shine is being hit so hard. Oh my God, is he going to get out? No. Okay, he won't.
Well, some of them may, but...
Yeah, what cost?
He's lost so much here. The defensive Dark Templars are just kicking some serious ass as well.
Zerg needs to remake his army, man.
With what drones?
Oh, that's true.
You know, he has killed a lot of probes, though. It's only 35 probes.
He does have 49 drones still.
Yeah.
Compared, it's actually more than the Protoss.
What does he make, though? Does he just continue to try to make roaches? There's like 5 or 6 Immortals out on the map.
I guess no matter what he makes, if it's ground-based, Immortal, Soccer, Zealot, Sentry is just going to... You can't win with Lings or roaches.
No, you need flying units or like Swarm Hosts or, well, you know, at least Infestors against that.
He may be... Shine may be okay on the worker count, but he's not okay on the gas that he's mined up here.
And it looks like we're in like... Not exactly a base trade because he's not going to kill SOS's entire base, but he's doing some real damage to SOS. The thing is, that army that SOS has down at Shine's side is enough to actually kill him with. So, I mean, you can't...
If he actually gets up into the second, he's going to get up there. Now, look at this. The roaches can't get back there to help defend.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's turning into a base trade, but, like...
I think it's turned into a base trade that SOS just wins. He just pushes through here. He takes out all the tech.
It seems
like
only
one sentry there at the ramp. Or no, he's actually going to go for the 3rd here too.
Do you know what, Tasteless? He's making 15 mutas. If those 15 mutas actually make it out of that area...
I think he still has enough Stalkers and Archons.
I think you're right. I think you're right. But definitely gives him a bit more of a shot, a bit more of a chance here in a base race scenario. You know, like these split-up armies can actually be dealt with a little bit more easily with a bunch of mutas.
2 actually got away there. Okay, so all the mutas are headed up to the upper right. And they're going to have to meet up with the roaches, get to combo those guys together. Nice job there with that, because those DTs, they need he needs Overseers to spot him. Okay, he has another Overseer up there.
Yeah, those Overseers are actually prime targets. Now, he does hit up here with the mutas. He is really hurting SOS. It's 8 probes of 15 drones. Like, Shine is making this closer than it should be, but still.
Shine does have the bottom left main. I don't know if Protoss is aware of where the other hatchery is.
Yeah.
Because he's only just now going to take out that, he just did take out that third base of Shine. So let's see what happens here. I'm trying to look at how many other Zerg structures there are. I think there's almost no more.
Yeah, he's just about on his last leg at this point. Or has been for quite a while. He's about to have no buildings left, Asus.
Okay, so SOS wins game 1 here.
Yeah, definitely.
Really close game. Protoss down to 4 probes, Zerg down to 15 drones, and this is going to be the killing blow. I believe there's still a gas geyser taken for Shine, and I think there's like maybe a spawning pool or something, or an Evo chamber, something like that down in the bottom right, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Shine sees the writing on the wall. He says this game is over. SOS takes game number 1.
Yeah, well played. But there were some mistakes in here. It took him a while to actually realize that Shine was just committing to pure Roach. And against pure Roach, you don't actually want to attack. What you want to do is sit back and get more supply. So Shine kind of caught him off guard with that, which is a signature of Shine. He does like to just go for mass Roach for a bit, get some things done, let Protoss do their normal pressures that will work well against someone that's teching a bit more, and then punish them for it.
Let's go back to that early pool.
Yeah.
That was spotted, man. I think we would have had such a different game.
Yeah, if he scouts in a different direction.
I can only imagine what went on in Shine's head when that probe got there right away, and he was like, oh, man. Yeah, not that Shine's banking on winning with a luck win here, but certainly he would have preferred to be scouted a little bit later.
Probably
a little bit more of an edge.
1 in 3 games, he gets scouted first on that map. So, well, that was a 33% chance that you were going to find this and ruin my build.
All right, game number 2 here. What map does Shine pick?
Okay, well, it's Shine, so there's no predicting it. We can't just go to like Zerg favorites and name them, because he's like the guy that chose Way Station back when every single other Zerg chose Overgrowth. So I don't actually know what map he's going to want to go for. Maybe Foxtrot?
He could.
That I want to see him pick Fox. That's a Shine map if there's ever been a Shine map.
Well, let's see. We're going to find out momentarily what exactly he picks.
Come on.
Oh,
what is it? What is it?
Oh. Overgrowth.
Oh, way to be normal, Shine. I'm not going to cast this one. I'm sitting this one out, Tasis.
All right, I'll cast this one solo. Shine versus SOS on Overgrowth. Now, SOS is up 1 game. So even if SOS loses this, SOS gets the final map pick between these two. That's right. Why are you looking at me like that, Artosis?
Oh, you were bluffing? Oh, you want me to cast too? Okay.
Yeah, man.
All right. Yeah, no.
You can't do this alone, Tosis.
You know, SOS has me feeling like he's in a good spot here, man. It's over.